Another tournament? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. And yes, I know in my last video I was praising the tournament, how I love the tournament, had a good time, probably the best time, even more fun than having a gym. But having a back-to-back tournament is really kind of turning me off. It kind of, to me, shows laziness. Like, why would we have a back-to-back tournament? I don't think we've had back-to-back events since we had, I think one time we had like back-to-back Queen's Cup events. But I would rather have a gym now at this point, because gyms typically mean new, not new figures, but like something that we can, you know, grind for. I mean, granted, we can do that with the tournament. We can get our golden figure, but like there was things that I liked about the tournament, but there's also things that I don't like about the tournament. I mean, we already covered the spectate mode. I think that would be great, but you don't get timed boosters from the tournament, and you don't get monthly rewards or monthly points from the time boosters, so, or from the tournament. So that kind of turns me away. It's like they implement the system to where you have to get X amount of points for the month, but then they want to bring in all these tournaments to get this golden figure to stop you from getting the monthly points. So I'm a little salty about that. I don't know how I don't know if I'm gonna grind for it. I mean, granted, it is over the weekend. However, the finals, it's bad timing for me. It's like 1 a.m. my time on Monday. So I'm probably not even gonna cover it live like we did last time. But I want to know in the comments below, is the times better for, I'm sure the times are better for some of you. I mean this way, hopefully, you know, Date or Demon or whoever else, if you make it to top 32, you won't sleep through your alarm, Craney. So that's good, I guess. How do you guys feel about having back-to-back tournaments? Please let me know in the comments below. We have a couple boosters to open, and then I want to get into today's topic. We have a PSA. Eevee. You need to know Eevee. I think Eevee is going to be a staple in decks once the rest of the Eevee evolutions are coming out. If you ever want to know like what's going on with the meta, look at the top players. The top players are running Eevee. Why? Because they know. They understand what's going on. I'm barely coming into it, so now I'm trying to learn Eevee. G, if you're watching this, bro, if I go first with Eevee, what do? Do I move it up to like the left side, up to the right side, or do I move it right in the center and just have an air balloon? I don't know. Please let me know. I'm still trying to learn the Eevee evolution deck. So here's the deck that I'm going to be using with my Eevees in my stream, or in the matches that you're going to be seeing from me. It's going to be a Swablu deck because I wanted to also counter the Vibrava, because Vibrava is a problem. A lot of people are running Vibrava, and I wanted to counter Vibrava, but in order to be competitive, you kind of need it. You have to go with, you know, what the meta is. I mean, you can go against it, but if you go against it with uncommon figures, it's not going to end well. All right, let's jump into the first order of business right now. All right, guys, so this match comes from Sam. And let this be known, it's a PSA, all right? Public service announcement. And here's what I'm going to preface it with right now. Do not soft banish Celebi. I will show you why. Look at Sam. He's rocking the... So basically the premise of his deck is that he's got 3 Trevenants. He's trying to turn... Well, having the Mo Rotom on the board allows the Rotom, or the Trevenants, to have 2 MP, because normally they're 1 MP. Trevenant's ability, you attack it, it turns into a grass type Mon, and then he's got the Stantler. Stantler cannot be KO'd by Grass Mon. So essentially what he's trying to do, it looks like he's in a like just a room match. Just trying to have some fun, I guess. Basically turn everything into a grass type, and then they can't KO the Stantler. You know what? I'm actually gonna fast forward to what's important. Okay, as we've noticed, the opponent here is going to Z-move the Celebi with their Swablu. And we know what the normal Z-move does. It soft banishes the opponent for 7 turns, alright? So let's see what happens. So as you'll notice, Celebi comes back on the 7th turn. If you are a Celebi user and you are soft banished, you can rewind time to, you know, obviously get a roll that you want, and then Celebi's going to go back to the last turn that it was soft banished, and then it's going to come back. So look what we have here. The same loop with the Celebi. The same brokenness that it still has. It can be looped if you soft banish the Celebi. So let this be known. It's a PSA, guys. If you are going up against a Celebi, do not soft banish that Celebi, because it can basically come back and rewind time multiple times, just like with the aliens. Alright, you guys get the point. What we're actually going to do is we're going to end it here, so just keep that in mind. Do not soft banish the Celebi. Alright guys, so in this match, like I said, what we're going to be doing for, I think, this month. That is not my match. What? Hold on. Alright guys, I'm so sorry about that. This should be the actual match, and here's why I want to talk about Eevee. Eevee has so many evolutions, and its evolutions are going to be able to move through at least 2 mons. Like the Jolteon can move through water and flying, and the Espeon can move through poison and fighting, and Flareon can move through grass and steel, I'm assuming. I don't necessarily know because I don't have the Flareon, but you get the point. And they can move on when your entry points are taken. So like what I was saying earlier, I think it's going to be real imperative and a staple in decks when people have Eevee and all the multiple evolutions, because of its ability to have the branching evolution. I have mine set to 3 different ones, and it's very situational. You can just basically pick and choose what Eevee you want to evolve. So I think you need to be aggressive with it at the beginning, and then if your entry points get taken, you can max revive it and pull it from the PC. So I got an opponent here. Let's just see how this match unfolds. We're going to open up with the Keldeo, and we're gonna see. Like I said, I was rocking this Swablues because I wanted to buff the Kangaskhan for a little bit, but as I stated earlier, they're kind of dead in the water. Like they're basically 3 common mons that just don't really do anything. So poor Lunala is gonna get taken or get KO'd here by this Gengar, and opponent just outright just going straight at me. And like I said, like there's not much I can do here with these Swablues. And when you're rocking Swablues, I don't know, Sam, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but are the Swablues typically like your goal? Like you basically have 3 mons on your goal and 3 other mons. It's not ideal. So we bring on the King, hoping that the opponent does not KO me because I am a normal type and you can't KO me with this. But he gets the poison. I'm like, really? You really get the poison? Now I'm going to have to force to Mega Evolve here so you can't move over me and KO me. I wonder if he actually would. He probably would. But then again, I'd get Lunala back. But we're going to Mega Evolve here and we're going to attack. And I forget that my opponent had Zoro because I'm not looking at my opponent's figures. And yes, the double hit into the cross counter. Rip GG boys to my Mega King. That feels kind of bad. And as I was saying earlier, like I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta be aggressive with the Eevee, and I'm just barely moving on the Eevee, and this is like not even an ideal position. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to X speed because I am rocking the X speed with this deck. We're gonna X speed here, and we do get rid of this fracture. Now, why do I max revive? I'm not sure why I max revive. But the good thing is my Z gauge is coming up. But the bad news is I am Night Days, but we still have the Lunala Z move, which we can bring whatever figure we want into the Ultra Space. And I think that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to get rid of this Keldeo. Goodbye, Keldeo. Going to the Ultra Space you go. Opponent's going to max revive here. Who are they going to max revive here? The Zoro. And I'm like, that's actually fine. We have good matchups against Zoro. So we're going to attack. And we get the Moongeist Beam. Let's go. And I agree with this play. He's going to DC here. He's going to go after my poor little Eevee. I do get the double edge. I'm like, yo, let's go. Come on, Eevee. Get that clutch. Or Combustion. Get that clutch weak spot kick again. And he does. Dude, I get so frustrated when Combuskin does not roll the Cyclone Kick. Like, it really frustrates me. So what I decided to do here, I evolve into my Espeon because look at my opponent. They have Fighting, Poison. He's got 3 Mons that Espeon can move through, and then my opponent's going to devastate Drake here for some reason. The only one he can hit is my Kang. I hope that my Kang rolls the white, the Facade, but we don't roll. We do hit the double edge, or the double edge. So we do get to survive here, and now we're going to Air Balloon here. We're going to attack this thing. Unfortunately, I mean, not necessarily the roll we were looking for, but regardless, we do get rid of the Fracture, who is definitely a pain. So now the opponent is gonna they get their Keldeo back, and like I have 3 Mons at, like I said, at the goal. It's the Swablues. It's just not that good. And I'm just trying to get rid of this, but we land the Peck. It's gonna out damage me. Swablu's gonna be gone. Oh wait, what? Wait, what? So he's gonna take the water drop. Why didn't he get KO'd there? Was there more? I'll have to go back and look at that. But he does KO me here, right? Yep. And so what my opponent's gonna do is gonna take the entry point with the. I was baiting him. I was like, okay, I want you to take the entry point here, and he does. And then, okay, I remember this play actually. Because he's fighting, we're able to move on. That's why I said it's real imperative, and I think people are gonna start having a lot of Eevees. But remember, at one point I made a video because I thought there was gonna be a 5 MP Mon. Like I thought, oh, actually you could. Never mind. For some reason, okay, I'm losing my train of thought. I thought you could counterattack. I'm rocking the counterattack. I thought you could counterattack from the bench, but obviously you cannot. You can only do it on the board. But while these two are on the entry point, I do have 4 MP, and then I could counterattack, and I have 5 MP. But anyway, we are both in a position of like who's gonna win what roll first. So we get a clutch Cotton Guard there, and now what I'm going to do is, since my Z gauge is up, we are going to send this Gengar into the Ultra Space, and then all we got to really do is survive one more roll. So we send this Gengar into the Ultra Space, and we just have to survive one more roll. Come on, Swablues. I said you guys were not good goalies, but coming through with the Cotton Guard and the dodge. Let's go. And now what I'm going to do next is we're going to DC here. The reason why we're going to DC here is because we want to get our Psy Shock, because we don't want our opponent Mega evolving into Mega Lucario, because Mega Lucario is a pretty decent matchup against the Espeon, and we do get the clutch Psy Shock, and I'm just like, come on, one more time for me, please just survive, Swablu. Boom, we get the Cotton Guard. Let's go, GG boys. Now listen, I know this wasn't the greatest showcasing of Eevee. Actually, G has a really good showcasing of the Eevee and the Espeon. It got him to 4K. I'll leave that link in the description below if you want to check that out. But this is just a small snippet of the benefits of having the Eevee and the Eevee evolutions. So let's jump into this last match, which does feature the benefits of having Eevee and the Eevee evolution. Alright, so as this match goes, I want to ask you guys one question. Let me know in the comments below, what was your most satisfying win? Was it beating the Dio deck? Was it beating a Reuniclus deck? Man, who remembers the Reuniclus? Was it beating a pay-to-win player? Was it beating the aliens? Well, for me, currently right now, it's beating the damn Onion. Listen, we're playing the Alakazam, the Onion. Listen, I have nothing against people who run Alakazam or the Onion, okay? Nothing against you guys at all. But I consider those figures, and this is specifically the figures, like I like to nickname Alakazam the coward Pokemon, because he hides behind Mons with his twisted spoon and attacks 2 steps away. For him to to continuously do that is so, it's a good strategy. Like, they're in the game, they're figures in the game, of course, use them. But I just call them cowards. But to me, the figures, remember, not the players, But my most satisfying win is beating somebody who rewinds time currently. So let's watch how this match unfolds. We are still rocking the Swablu deck, and we move second, so I'm just going to kind of basically set up the triangle with my Swablus. We do this, bring the Swablus on. So what do we want to do is we want to get rid of this Alakazam. That is the biggest, well, I guess this is the biggest threat, but currently right now, since it's on the board, like in front, I figured that's the biggest threat. So what we're going to do is we're going to X speed here. We're going to go after this Alakazam, and I'm like, let's go, Ken. Get rid of this threat. Boom. The natural gold. The natural gold. Get out of here, you coward of a Pokemon. But I mean, it's understandable. Alakazam is really frail, so But the opponent is not going to like that, and they're going to max revive, and I was like, okay. What I'm going to do here is, I think what I have to do is balloon here and get rid of this Mars Shadow. But then my opponent Megas here, I'm like, okay, you're going to give it to them, which I really don't think that's that great of a strategy, especially when you're like back here. I don't, like, why not just give it to the Alakazam? I think the Alakazam is way more threatening than this thing is. Well, with the Alchemy, but what I'm going to do here is I was like, you know what? Let's get this thing out of the way. I don't want to see this thing. We do hit the double edge, and I was like, oh, dude, it's risky. It's like a 33% chance. Do we do it? Hell yeah, we're going to do it because let's go. Got rid of the Onion. I'm so happy. And now the opponent is going to DC here with this Alakazam. Coward of a Pokemon. I don't know why he moved forward. I guess to threaten the... to threaten us around. But if he would have kept the Alchemy, he would have been fine. But he re-rolls twice and rolls the Thunder Shock or the Side Shock. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here, Onion. Get out of here, Alakazam. And what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to take the entry point. We're going to play the air balloon. But no. No. He's going to rewind time. And I'm like, okay. Makes a great play here. DCs and tries to get the blue so we can get the surround. I hit the double edge. And I'm like, oh, please get the teleport. Get the teleport. Teleport. Let's go. Get the teleport. And I'm like, you're getting rid. Like, you lost the Mega Alakazam not only once, but twice. You lost the Mega Alakazam twice. You lost Alakazam 3 times. Get out of here. And now my opponent makes a very interesting play here. I don't know why they tried to do this. I think they... Like, you hit for 0, bro. Like, I don't know what they're... I have no idea what they're trying to do. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. But what we're going to do is we're going to threaten game here. And then we're going to come back because I don't want this thing attacking my Eevee. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to balloon here. I really want my opponent to actually attack my Eevee because then my Z gauge is going to be up. And then I'm going to Z move with my Lunala. Even though it is alchemied, it does have gold. So I'm like, all right, Eevee, I'm okay if you get KO'd here. He rolled the miss. I was like, whoa. I'm actually okay if you get KO'd here. And he hits the Moon Guy's beam. And I was like, oh, God, don't get rid of my Lunala. Please don't get rid of Lunala. Please don't get rid of Lunala. Please, please, please. Does not get rid of Lunala. I'm like, let's go. We're going to Moon Guy's, or we're going to Z move, and we're just going to pray. Hope that you don't hit your gold. It's not likely. Boom. Let's go. Get out of here. You're in the Ultra Space. Yeah, this deck is kind of fun. But we're doing pretty well. And, I mean, fortunately, we got some rolls. The opponent is going to sack here. They want to bring on this dumb figure, which they do have 2 Mega Evolutions, which I wasn't aware of because I totally negated the fact that he's rocking an Abra into the full evolution. And I was like, oh, no. Come on, Lunala. You can do it, please. Gives the Golden Alchemy, or the Alchemy to himself. I'm like, okay. Lunala, like, come on. Just hit your purple, GG boys. No, he hits the Psychic. And here I'm a little salty, but I'm a little more fired up. I'm like, I'm way more fired up to win this match because of the Onion, because of the Alakazam, the Mega Alakazam, multiple times. So I'm going to max revive here. We're going to bring on our Espeon. And we're going to start charging up. And then this thing comes back, and then we are going to come here, just kind of protect ourselves. I thought he was going to move here and attack, which I'm surprised he did not. But I'm like, okay. So now we're just going to kind of apply pressure with the Swablu. Hopefully, I don't know if I can cycle anything out. It's in my PC. Nothing, I can't cycle out. Okay, but he does lose the evolution. And basically what I'm doing, I'm hoping my opponent, I want them to KO this. I want to get my Lunala back on the board. But I want my opponent to bring up these figures. And when he brings up these figures, because my Espeon is Psychic, it can move through this thing. I can threaten the surround. So I'm basically baiting my opponent. I'm like, please. But then he Z moves, and he gets the clutch, like, to get my MP down. And I was super salty here. I was like, all right, we have to win this roll. We have to win a series of, like, 2 rolls. Gets the Moon Guy's beam. We don't win it. And I'm like, all right. But the good thing is he's over here. We can threaten it now. We just got to survive this roll. Please. Please survive this roll. Let's go. Now, because of the Espeon and its ability, we can move through this. I'm like, come on, Espeon. Come clutch for me, buddy. Please just land its blue. Do something. Boom. We KO it. I'm like, oh, dude, this is too good to be true. Listen, Alakazam, you are very, very purple heavy. Just land your purple, and please let me land my purple Espeon. Come on, win the game for us. Let's go. Psycho Shift. GG, boys. Having Eevee was so clutch, and the Espeon, because of its ability to move through not only your figures, but figures it's super effective against. So I want to leave this with you guys. PSA, don't banish. Don't soft banish the Onion. Also, start working on Eevee and the Eevee evolutions. And last thing before I let you go, I do want to show you guys, we did reach our goal of having 10 subs. So when this month restarts, or when the player pass restarts, I will be purchasing a player pass for somebody, and that person's going to be, we're going to have a stream. You just have to be there in the stream, and we're going to do a giveaway, and somebody randomly will win. But we're going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.